Gears to Rebirth Island, players loading on up. When we come back here in a moment, we'll be dropping on in to the island.
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
Everyone is playing, you're not yet. EWC Play is your all-in-one platform to compete in fantasy, pick'em, and quests for a grand total of $300,000 in prize pool. Build your dream fantasy team in 5 different games and track your score with live results tables. Predict the winner of every game, every group stage, and every tournament. Complete daily and weekly challenges to earn boosters that help you climb the global leaderboard. Got what it takes? Join EWC Play now.
What's that, bro?
Hi, I'm Sukex. I'm here with GK Esports. It's my teammate Laze, it's my teammate Decky, and we're here to try some French viral food.
Ooh. What's that, bro?
That looks good.
Okay.
Everyone pick one.
What's that? I never saw that before. What?
Looks like a
Looking
peanut.
good, bro.
That looks good.
Holy.
That tastes really
Really good. Holy. Okay. Let me try yours.
That's fire.
Try it. It's insane. Yeah, Passage, it's insane. What's that? Peanut or what?
peanut.
I love peanut.
Very good. That's very good.
Holy.
What do you rate it?
10 out of 10, everything.
That's a 10.
10, for real, 10 out of
really
10.
is a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. But the pistachio is the best, I would say.
A 9 out of 10, but this is the best one.
But it's very sweet.
See, I could only eat one of that. That's like too much.
Is this something you guys would buy?
Yeah, for
I would
sure.
buy it.
for sure.
The peanut one
100%.
definitely.
I will buy everything.
Everything.
Yeah, it's fire.
Recommend it to the other teams, audience?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should definitely
sure.
try it.
What are you saying? 1 out of 10?
10.
10.
It's really good.
10 for me as well. 10. Everything's fire.
Now we're getting fair party, bro.
Well, 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 if that wasn't a brilliant match number 2, you got Lace and I hold shift here on the stage to bring you our match 2 recap. Now, we want to draw your attention more down to the bottom of the leaderboard because that's where it really counts. This is where teams will go home, keys crushed, and also their dreams. Now, obviously, the squad that just won, this is what we were talking about. You want to kind of like move your way out of that bottom 3 to still have hope.
Really, the top 2 teams in that last game did what they needed to do to put themselves maybe with a little bit of distance. I'm not going to say we started from the bottom, now we're here, but we started from the bottom and now we're maybe slightly out of the bubble. That's kind of where we're at right now.
No, from the but okay, now you've got me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. But like, if we look at the terms of like PB&J getting eliminated just in that match has now put them in the bottom 3. The bottom of this leaderboard is it's so incredibly close that one game can change your fate.
Absolutely. And look at it this way. I know that like as a Warzone community, we are to kind of focus on what's happening up top. You got to remember that you don't get eliminated today. You make it to the playoff stage or the survival stage. The money you could possibly be coming home with is significantly more. So yeah, of course, we're focused on who could be a champion, but we're also focused to see if the power rankings across the world start to move, especially with Latin America and MENA getting focused on right there.
Yeah, and I mean, you even have a look at FaZe Clan. You know, they are right at the bottom of the leaderboard and didn't really get to change too much in that one, but there is still hope. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about what FaZe might need to be able to do to push their way up?
They don't just need Clamp, they need Dope Clamp. I need my boy to show up and start fragging, because right now they're finding themselves in the middle of a lot of dicey situations early. They're not getting themselves set up. It just doesn't really feel like the normal FaZe Clan that we often had seen from before. So my boy Go Clamp, be that go, dog. You know what I'm saying?
And now, Shift, you know we love to put you on the spot and in the
Please.
hot seat. So I've drawn a little sign for you, which is a hot take.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Yeah, so we love it when you say hot take, and it's also, will Shift be cancelled from this hot take? So you got any hot takes for us?
I've got one. First of all, my hot take from yesterday, still holding strong. Ravens, where you at? Said they weren't going to make top 5. Currently there. My hot take, this looks more like a banana than a jalapeno.
Hey, I tried
Back
to
to you,
draw
Lace.
chili. I'm so sorry. Okay, the hot take is not to insult my drawings, all right? Because honestly, I just had to copy it off a Google image. I thought I
It's
did
not
pretty
bad.
well.
It's actually not bad, but it does kind of look like a banana.
Yeah, okay. So the hot take is obviously my drawings are terrible and not what you're predicting with our teams. Enigma, do you have any hot takes for us?
My hot take is that Shift is full of absolute baloney on the Ravens call. I'm going to be honest with you. I expect them to bounce back big time in this one. But honestly, I think if I'm looking at some of the teams in the hot takes right now, I think their vitality needs to become considerably more nervous than they look because, they very much so lent on those, the Havens Hollow drops yesterday. And right now, they are crumbling under that pressure. Got to see much better from them this time on the island.
Yeah, my hot take is that looked more like a pepperoncini than anything.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, that's fine. You're uncultured, and that we'll live and learn. I agree with you. I mean, Ravens, they are kind of on the outside looking in, just for the top moment. Not being within that top 5. But you are correct that for a team like Vitality, they got to kind of maybe look to lock in. But the reality, when we kind of look points-wise, my friend, it is a close race right now from basically 3rd all the way down to 8th right now. Right? It's like 3rd is sitting in Gen G with 116 points. 8th is Vitality with 105. So it's still just a very, very close band that realistically all it takes is these last 4 maps for any of these teams to kind of really pop off, lock in, and they could just find their way to create a gap against the competition.
Yeah, no, certainly could. We've seen it before. And for a lot of these teams who just kind of operate in the mid-pack, it's showing that gap never really appears. In order to do that, you start finding kills. And where's the best place to do so? It is Rebirth Island. Far more of those kills and points on the board than the other 2 maps. That being said, you fall early here, you're handing so much of the prerogative to your enemies. Into the skies we go. The circle's pulling slightly northwestern, stinks of something off towards the northwest corner of prison. But for everybody, it's about getting boots to deck. We're going to check in first with the team that won out last map in first squad. They're in Industries. An interesting call, if I'm completely honest with you.
Hey, somebody's got to do it. Nobody really has been at this point. Obviously, the team from Indeed LATAM South knows what they are doing. Maybe you can find some success. Maybe with this additional turbine, you can third-party something, but this is sort of the problem. You have Heretics on the outside. You got T1 at Bio who can now look down at you, and it seems like it's just looking to be a big old action party over there at Turbine. Prison likely to be the same. King Chuck is here trying to go ahead and hit some loot. But you have the Stallions not too far away on the other side of Prison. And, well, got a number of other teams as well. Just kind of trying to get a lay of the land here across some of our top squads to see where are the drops, where are we hanging out, where are the battles. One that we know is going to happen, it's here at Control.
Certainly shall be. Novo, FaZe, scrambling over things. Virtus Pro will be set up at the post. They'll send bodies soon. For the 2 teams inside of the control center, it's about settling this before they get here. Don't want to be caught in a third-party situation. Semtex look good. Somehow Clamp is completely fine. Blade is dropped. So basically a 1v3 then. At the control center, all falling apart for Novo, and they've lent so heavily on this map. They need these fights to go their way, and they most certainly don't. You just about get Blade back into the skies, but Vortex and Fede, they're dealt with again. You'll have to go and find somewhere else to regain, and it's into the waters. If you are Novo, a terrible start.
Yeah, hey, huge job from FaZe to control that center side. This is something that you needed. Shift called it out. You wanted to see more out of Goat Clamp. Winning a nice little early win like that is a way to make it happen. Down here at Bio, T1. They get this for free, and when you got a VS Recon in the hands of somebody like Spam, with so many players diving in and out of these different areas, he might just be able to kind of line it on up. The player is weak. That's an easy kill for him. For Eclectic, it's about staying alive in this prison side. Raven starting to push. The swing is there. Good damage, but King Chalk, he's just too good with it. You drop Keybase, you drop Freddy. 2 members of Eclectic gotta say goodbye.
So often talks about why the Ravens are as strong as they are. It's because these 2 operate as a 2-headed dragon. They're very much so all over the top of each other. Kill numbers often identical. Damage numbers right up there together. And you see it right in that moment. Nielsen hits the first, gears drop, trades off, immaculate. Teeny in the water here, swimming around, trying to get himself to a pocket of safety. Zeppa will land in with him too, just trying to clear all this out. Zeppa was the one yesterday, working things with the machine pistol. Unfortunately here, he's just got the semi, and it'll do nothing against net odds. So Heretics off to a poor start here in the Rebirth Island. Let's take a look at Turbine, what T1 have to offer.
Looks like you're just going to play cleanup on some of these players that have been dropped. I think if T1 realizes how many regainers are happening out here, they could definitely use this opportunity to just get some free kills. And it seems like you see Destroy is over there, potentially looking to do the same as well off that control boat side. So while you have a lot of these different players are just trying to hold their ground and maybe find kills, be the sharks in the water, Disrupt, he's going to be the one to be the apex predator from land and just try and clean out where he can. Ravens, they decided to move on down to Control Center, continue their path of carnage from prison, and now they're starting to get into the mix.
Yeah, very much so establishing dominance over large portions of the map here. If you are the Ravens, King Chalk wants to get through Mini, squeeze up onto the bridge side, setting up some sort of pinch play with Nielsen, who's operating on the other side. King Chalk will drop the first. Nielsen's PA goes over the top and drops Dizzy, so FaZe might be eliminated here. No, you do at least get one back into the air. Concerning for a moment, and great work from King Chalk. All comers swatted away. Ravens are moving.
Oh, but you see that trail, and immediately King Chalk, he says, wait, let me reload the gun, let me get the plates in, let me go hunting on this FaZe player. It's GoClamp coming in from the skies, and King Chalk from down below will send a couple of warning shots, invest the streak, and he's just going to kind of be the one here to kind of sit in a 1v1. Gen G on that bottom gen side. They're starting to clean out some of these players, pushing over from Chemical as well. The water becoming a safe haven for some sorts for so many teams, but it feels like a lot of our squads have taken some sort of idea here that while you have these squads landing in the water, they are not safe for that long.
Speaking of not safe, Nova will go out as the first side to drop here on the Rebirth Island. They were only clear in 5th place by around about 6 points, so could drop out of qualification position by the end of this one, should T1 get moving. The usual location for T1 is right here at Bio, actually. The Heretics have decided to regain in that location. Maybe overwhelmed the anchor, landing on him, because Disrupt and Spam were pushed up towards Turbine, so a little bit of a flip of position here. House swap, if you ever saw it. Teeny, who so often has gone nuclear in the past, taken over, broken records, in fact, on LAN. Feels like if Heretics can get him into this tournament, that's when they really look a different level.
Yeah, it's kind of the storyline for a lot of our teams. They got one player who we expect to be the one frying, and it's not going to be the case. Well, we saw how it ended last time in that last game, Rebirth Island. It's a new map. How's Vitality feeling now?
Just landed water.
That's Praise, by the way.
I think they did it. I think Praise on them did it. I'm still going, though. I'm still going, okay?
Okay.
Love that. I'm gonna go water.
Oh, yeah, on me, maybe. Kudley and them have entire tunnel control. Okay. I'm gonna keep clearing this shit. I'm trying to get fucking crates for the Smiths.
I'm gonna try to rotate.
Yeah, just get in the score. It's fine. I'm just trying to get him back. I can always come back late.
You have a smoke screen too, Sage.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke screen my top controller probably and try to get in.
There's one bottom boat on my live. Yeah, I'm just swimming right past them.
Yep.
I'm gonna go try to get in that building along the coastline down here. Yeah, guys fighting on the helipad.
All right.
Fighting at my bio.
All right.
Heard that. Top turbine.
All right.
Good comms from Vitality about how they want to make this rotation in and what some of the ideas could be. So while Vitality starts to move their way on in, I'm looking at that kill feed and it's starting to light up with some of the usual suspects.
Yeah, it certainly is. We've got a lot of activity towards the northeast corner of the map, over towards Bio side, at least 3 teams scrambling. Control center, it belongs to FaZe. They're happy and comfortable here. We'll get a look in on this war that is going on between PK as well as the Heretics. Pushed a couple of sides out in the moments before we joined them, but Teeny, he's waiting in the stairwell. He wants someone to swing.
Ooh, like just a couple of tags there. Doesn't commit to the fight. but you will just maybe try and bait this player in. Good shots, and you actually get dropped. You are able to break the armor, and I'm waiting for the trade, and it's not going to come through. Lays and Decky, they do such a great job. They pinch from either side. They drop Obs and Teeny, and just like that, Geeky have gained control of Bio. The problem is you win this fight, you think you're going to be A-OK. You're not going to be expecting big ol' Bradford Biffle to swing from the back. He's able to get the double crack here. I'm waiting for the other two players to maybe come and help, but that's not going to be the case. They see that T1 is starting to move over. They're going to slow it down just a little bit, go ahead and reposition.
Yeah, T1 looking to take back their turf here. Also, not very far away, Gen G, and well, Lays, Stukex, they don't care. Absolutely cutting sides apart. Feed will light up in the color of peach. H1 and Twisted Minds, they're down towards Harbor side. Twisted Minds will come out on top largely in this, and again, an example of how much better they've become. Blast instant on the trades, something that they've lacked so much so over recent weeks. Looks like Vitality are out, so their suffering this afternoon continues here. They won't make top 10 or in a blender for most of the time anyway, so don't expect a lot of kills. They will continue to slide down the leaderboard.
Yeah, just seeing where this zone is starting to pull. Twisted Minds, they felt no pressure, right? They had nobody really with them at Factory. Nobody's going to be hanging out red. Nobody's sure as hell going to be Harbor, that's for sure. So just slowly but surely making their way on this southern coastline. That's all they need to do. Now it feels like Gen G holding down here in Chem. They get some ideas that Twisted Minds are starting to move on up. Some good shots coming out from Gabe. And how do you start to hold the line?
Gen G in a great position, but that question's all important. How do you hold this line? This is where Gen G have become undone before, trying to watch too many things going on all at the same time. They've got to pick a fight, focus it, and then transition into the next, rather than just being simply widespread and hoping to repel all comers at once. Over at Bio, Decky just trying to keep an eye on the skies here and showing that no one's regaining around them, set themselves up for the later positions. Top 10 should be here momentarily, but as you watch the timer at the top of the screen, Resurgence will become disabled. Everyone down to their last lives before they require buybacks.
Huge moment here in this map. This is where all of a sudden you have to sort of think twice before you maybe push an area. For Virtus Pro, they're just going to surge forward. Look at the top left of your screen to see where we're going here. Ravens on the outside of Prison. You find two members of Eclectic. Clear out this courtyard side. You might be able to put yourself in a strong position here. You got a number of teams behind you in Prison. It's a lot of layers, but if you can set yourself up in the right spots, you might be able to cut them down as they try and make their way into zone.
I honestly think I would prefer he's up on the water tower, to be honest. It's relatively center zone. Don't think he needs to be involved in the Prison battle. They've made a great play of Ravens to clear all that out. Eclectic had hold of it moments ago, so they've done all the right things. It's just about ensuring that they put Heeds in the spot as he's well protected. You'll see him there ascend, get his way up to that water tower. Allow now Chorg and Niacin to go on the hunt. Spam drops Curious in the initial. Now going to be traded out though. So needs his boys in the fight, and unfortunately Disrupt's not even close. He's over in Chem, hunkering down.
Yeah, this is such a tough spot to be in for T1. You kind of have this moment where all of a sudden your boys get taken on out and you're just last alive. And Ravens, they're going to try and do the same to Twisted Minds. You slide on out, you find one, you back up, try and bait them into the crossfire. Allman's going to tuck himself in a corner, and you can see looks like Blast is above. But it's just patience right now from so many of our teams, just waiting. They don't need to overextend. They want that 1.2 multiplier.
Yeah, I love the rotation by GK here. Moved in from Bio alongside the coastline and up and on towards Chemical. Waited for the zone to tell them where they needed to be. Virtus Pro have done a lot of work to get to this position in Industries, including repelling a lot of that T1 roster. But now they've got to make moves through the tunnels and hope the other end isn't blockaded. Stallions, we'll see you in the next one, gentlemen. Niacin gets caught by what looked like I don't think he was expecting maybe even a cluster. And he stays around for too long. Zach says, thank you very much. I'll have my water tower back. And he's starting to bang away from the top.
This is exactly what you said. Go ahead, pop yourself up on up here. Look around you. And I like from Zanks that he's holding that lower level. Doesn't have to be all the way towards the top. Just let me get a little bit mixy. And as we see this zone pull and where it's kind of ended up here, it's right on top of Chemical Engineering. This is where Gen G has been hiding. And for so many of these teams, you are not going to have the space to try and get into zone. Lennon, he's got the MXR in hand. He's got his eyes over towards this courtyard side, and he is just going to soften up all of these targets while the rest of the teams will continue to battle.
Yeah, just stripping them of plates, denying them any sort of economy. By the way, Marty goes massive The pressure from Lennon forced Reaper and Exodus back out towards prison, and Matty dropped all of them. Lennon then gets active. He will clear up what's left of Eclectic. We still have 3 teams to die, though, before we even see top 5. Zone's going to shift everybody northbound. Look at these teams now preparing themselves for the rotation. Virtus Pro want to get there early. Off goes Grimy.
I like this. Grimy, if he can put himself in a strong position at this roof, he could just start firing through the windows on this Gen G team, but Aiden will be the one to try and work, looks like alongside Gabe, towards the top to clear this out. Give yourself a pass. Curious from First Squad. Last alive. You can see so many. One player from Twisted Mind still alive, just hanging out into the gas. Yet again, still just trying to play for that top 5. It's Almond, a veteran player making veteran plays. That's what we like to see, but from above, Lennon, he's gonna go ahead, sneak on out. DK will get drugged, and you're gonna see the Virtus Pro have set themselves up ahead of you. Top 5 secured for all of these teams.
Grimy's already on 10, he's just trying to hold the line. Will have to back off though. Reposition has the coverage in from behind. A beautiful plays here by Virtus Pro over the top of one another. Gabe Kuhn, what have you got to offer? Because it feels like the only team that can stop Virtus Pro is the full 3 of Gen G. Zone will drag actually back in their direction, but it's also relatively neutral. It's out into open space, so both sides trying to control the rotators around them.
It's 2 full teams of 3 and a handful of solos. Any of these teams of 3 just need to not get scammed by any of the solos. And you see, that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to cut them down where they can. Gen G, they will hold the top side of Chemical as the zone will force you over to Helipad. T1, Echo, you have to be careful. You're gonna have a player. It's Almond from behind. He claims another soul. 3 teams remaining. It is Gen G, it is Virtus Pro, and it is none other than Almond swinging on out. Grimy will cut down Gabe Kuhn. Can you get the taps? You gotta jump on up. The shots are firing. Can you manage to find it? But look who's already made the wrap. It's Almond.
Surely not. Almond up towards the Helipad. He's on his lonesome. Aiden's trying to do all the work here against Grimy and Adrian. Aiden's just going to have to try and drop off here.
Oh, no.
Needs a moment.
Oh, no.
Grimy's got the angle. Doesn't get the knock though, so we'll go on.
But look, Almond, he's at the back. He might actually have a solid idea here. The shot's coming on out. He's able to drop Adrian. It's Big Ben from the top. He might be able to put this into a 1v1. Grimy, he has an idea where he is.
My God.
You break the armor, but you're not going to be able to get there. Almond, can you clean this one on up? He's going to make sure it's a 1v1. Can you get the plates? Can you reset the fight here? Grimy, he's tucked his tail, and he's going on a long wrap.
He should ping on the map though for Almond, and yeah, Almond finds out exactly where he is. The 1v1 is here. Ben goes massive. Twisted Minds get it done. But what a play from the Esports World Cup 2025 champion. That's why he's the leader. That's why he's the captain, and one of the best players to ever play the damn game.
Listen, we talked to a lot of people before even first matches started. Say Twisted Minds, yeah, they're good, but they're looking kind of bad lately, right, man? Dude, I don't know what you can say now. Almond clutching up like that. Those are the type of plays that's not just about getting you into top 5. That's the type of plays that win you the Esports World Cup, okay? I want to be very clear here. And to see him be able to pull that out in that game, that's a little gross.
And they've already looked fantastic with Twisted. We've talked about Shifty, we've talked about the comms, the setup between the team, but it's moments like that from Almond that suddenly put that belief into you, the electric into your veins. And quick listen in.
Oh my God!
Absolutely glorious stuff.
Holy shit!
From Twisted Minds. You can understand why they are incredibly excited here. It feels like no matter the odds, no matter the obstacle, they overcome. And Almond, with this one, slips on the gauntlet, snaps his own fingers, and does the damn job himself.
Hey, you can see the Twisted Mind fans in the venue excited about that one. Twisted Minds, they came into today top of the board. I know they would love to be top of that board by the time we get done these 6 games here today. So they can be the one crushing some keys. Reminding everybody, by over in our area of excellence here at the Esports World Cup, while underneath Call of Duty Warzone, their name sits from last year. Just a nice little reminder that they are the team that they said they were, and that when it comes to that finals map on Sunday, they will be the team we expect them to be.
Certainly looks that way. Of course, for so many of the sides out there, Gen G inclusive, you're probably wanting that one back. Yeah, I think you did a lot of the right things if you're Gen G. I've talked about it. They have issues sometimes controlling Chemical. They're a little bit focused on everything rather than one fight at once. They get a lot of jobs done. But then when that zone drags back out relatively neutrally, Gabe goes big, felt like that they had it in the palm of their hands and then let it go. But either way, they've been pretty impressive so far today.
All right, well, that's our first map of Rebirth Island done and dusted. We got one more, but let's go ahead. Let's see some of the great content and what some of the desk has to say about that game.
Well, we're not going to get to the desk just yet. We got to do an interview here on the stage. I'm here with Clamp from FaZe Esports as FaZe trying to claw their way back out of that bottom 3 to get to that survival stage. Clamp, what's going on here? What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, yesterday was like a really tough day for us. I mean, like, our best map is Control, like River for sure. And yesterday we got like wiped like off the rip. So yesterday was really tough. Today, I mean, we just made like 2 mistakes. I made one on this map. We made another one on the first map, you know, but I still believe in us, you know. I mean, we never stop fighting here, you know.
Hey man, you never stop fighting, and I can feel your heart from here, all right? I can feel that passion. You know, 3 maps left in this set. We've seen crazier things happen on this stage. And all you guys do is got to get into that top 14. You know, going into the final few maps, you know, what are you looking forward to most? What is the strategy that you guys have going into the final few maps?
Could you say it again?
No worries, no worries. Going into map number 4 and going into map number 5, when we get on over towards Keep, what do you guys want to change up? What do you guys plan on doing?
I mean, honestly, I just feel like, I mean, at this point, we're just going to play like we know we can, you know, like yesterday maybe we were kind of afraid because we got like 2 really bad maps, or maybe like 3 in a row, so we're playing like kind of afraid. I mean, I feel like today we're not playing that way, but I mean, still we're making mistakes. But yeah, I mean, we're just gonna play confident and, you know, like qual at least for LCQ, and then we will clutch it up right there.
All right, there you go, man. Hey, keep playing confident. Best of luck to you, Clamp.
So we swung by the STC arena because more storylines have been unfolding here in Overwatch.
Oh, yes.
So, Ginny, you need to walk us through what's been going on.
All right, most important one of the day. Falcons got knocked out by T1. I repeat, Falcons is no longer competing in Overwatch when they were the title defenders, by the way, which is insane.
God.
T1, this is really good for them. They are now guaranteed a top 8 finish in Overwatch, considering how well they've performed in TFT and also in League of Legends. Climbing up those rankings a little bit. Now, the first game of today was Twisted Minds against VP. Twisted Minds knocking VP into that lower bracket. Also quite significant because VP is currently doing quite all right when it comes to the club championship points. They're not confirmed top 8 yet, but last year they were tied 4th for the club championship with Twisted Minds. So a bit of a rivalry going on over there as well.
Which means that the win that Falcons need once again eludes them across multiple stages today. This is going to be tough, but we'll pay attention to the rest of the squad, see who's getting points on the board, and of course update you on everything later on. Storylines are happening here in MLBB, so Ton, you need to break everything down because all eyes were on Falcons.
I know everybody's been coming along because it is a big result. Falcons losing out in the semi-final, nearly completed the reverse sweep against Yangon Galacticos. They were so close, but I've said the same thing to everybody. I don't think this is that bad of a result for Falcons. I think, you know, realistically, they'll look at it and sort of say, look, a top 4, they'll play their 3rd, 4th place game tomorrow. A top 4 is not a terrible result. They'll pick up some club championship points. Of course, the team would have wanted to go on to win it. That's what they would have wanted. But realistically speaking, I don't think it's too bad a result. All the things considered, some of the other teams that have dropped out, Liquid, Vitality, some of the top squads that we were expecting to go on and do really well here, it's a bonus for Falcons, if anything, that they picked up as many as they did, as opposed to their opposition. As far as the teams who have made it to the Grand Finals, though, Yangon Galacticos, for those guys, that's a massive, massive thing. Club Championship, maybe not so much, but for those guys, that's massive for that region to make it through. The prize pool here at MLBB, $1 million if you win it. Never mind anything else. So, I mean, they guarantee themselves a minimum of $500,000. Massive moment here at the MSC.
Yeah, definitely not too shabby, but the win still eludes the Falcons club when it comes to the club championship side of things. Will they be able to do it in any of the other games? We'll have to wait and see. It's all popping off today. Now we've swung by the Allianz Ball to check in with Trav about what's been going on in Street Fighter 6, because we mentioned Falcons earlier on in the day, and what's been going on?
Yeah, because Falcons have just been knocking each other out. It's a crazy business, rough bracket for them in the lower bracket as well. So they faced each other in the lower bracket. One of them had to go home. It's Crime versus Mickey. And really unfortunate for Mickey, he got knocked out of the competition. And that means there's only one Falcon left. They come in with 3, and bear in mind they had the world champion from 24 and 25 at the EWC. He got knocked out in the first day, got bounced 0 and 2, and now they're knocking each other out. So really unfortunate day for Falcons across the board, not just in Street Fighter, but in all games. And now we've got the same, where Zeta Division are playing against Zeta Division.
I don't know what is going on this year at EWC, but the storylines are not writing themselves. They are absolutely all over the place. Our defending champs have been struggling for 4 straight weeks, still haven't found the win that they need in order to become trophy eligible. And like you said, that's the case across all of our stages here today, except mine. There's still some chances available for them over in Warzone. So we'll have to see how everything goes throughout the rest of the week. We'll be checking back in.
Thank you, Glitter, for just running around everywhere here at EWC 26 and getting those club championship updates. Luckily for us, Falcons is still yet to come. They have not been eliminated, even though they're trailing down in the top 5 to go directly to the match point finals. But for everybody currently watching, don't forget to go sign up to the Esports Foundation Creator Program. Just join, earn rewards, and just maybe we'll get a chance to interview you on the final day. But now we got to talk about what just happened, because we were expecting Twisted Minds to start off hot, and boy, were they actually able to do that shift. And I know you got something on the illustration for us too.
I know my boy Hector is sitting on the watch party right now saying, no way these guys are doing this again. Yes, sir, I am. Let's take a look at the end of map number 1, because Twisted Minds have been making unbelievable late game rotations. I don't have 3 hands, so we're going to do it right there.
Hey,
let's jump into this thing. Okay, we're at the last circle, and this is the most bizarre final pull that we could have possibly had. Let's just tally the situation of where exactly the zone is pulling. We got to go from the top side all the way into water. That doesn't feel very good if you are currently looking at Twisted Minds, but they're going to do some quick maths. We got 5 squads left, 14 players. It doesn't feel good to have to rotate right through Lumber itself. So what do you decide to do? This is the late game column that we're talking about. That's so magical. They're going to rotate around Lumber, but not just around. You don't want to be shredded up by the players up top. So you're going to go on the inside mostly to make sure you're in a position to actually rotate out to water without being harassed by all of the teams that are currently inside of Lumber. So let's just kind of speed this up and watch exactly how they make this play happen. You're going to get a really nice free cam look in a moment to showcase how close to the building that they hold. Right here at this point, you can see them making this rotation on the inside. You do not want to be in a spot to where you're sitting and dealing with all these teams that are on the outside. The reason for this is pretty simple. You want to get into a spot, if I can get this thing to pause, to be on the outside of this circle first. You do not want to be in the middle of all of this nonsense that's happening inside of here. So your anchor is going to go wide, eventually find a couple of kills, and then you're going to let your inside players play for picks. That's where Shifty finds a couple of eliminations, and most importantly, stops Team Heretics from getting outside of the circle. The last team left remaining is the team that you're seeing right here in Vitality, and yes, they do find a lot of eliminations on the inside, but from Blast POV, this is the space that they create to give themselves a chance to win in the late game. We saw it in map 1, we just saw it there again in map number 3 with Almond sitting behind the play, waiting for it to unfold in front of them. It's brilliant, and that's why they get the points they do.
And it's fantastic to see the recognition that even with a pull to the water, there's still some natural cover. So you're out in the open, but trying to fight that from Lumber, it's not an easy fight to take from the rooftops. So it's really good play calling coming up from Twisted Minds. We saw it a lot yesterday. It's the reason why they won 2 maps yesterday, and it's the reason why they're pretty much favorites to be topping this group.
We just saw it with Alman as well, being able to just clutch up, even though he's a solo, just going for it. I do want to take a look at the overall, though, because now we're going to have to switch our focus to the top top 5, because remember, the top 5 will be moving on directly to match point finals. The bottom 3 are going to get those keys crushed. And if we're looking at it, one team that we're kind of twisted, honestly, it's pretty much going to be guaranteed, Miles. They don't have anything to worry about. They could end up making somebody else's life harder, though.
Well, that's the thing. Top Dog's got the bark and the bite right now. Virtus Pro tailing them as well. I mean, Gen G, GK. These are a lot of teams you expect to be there. The second page for me is where things get really spicy indeed. T1 on the bubble there, just chasing Ravens. The next few maps.
Sorry, who did you say was in 5th?
Essential. In 5th, it's Ravens.
Oh, did Nigma catch that? Because I'm about to sign out with Oscar Mayer with this baloney I'm selling out here.
That was a lot better in there. Well, actually, you've been right on your hot take, because you said that Ravens wasn't going to end up making the top 5. Today, they started off by trying to switch up things. It didn't end up working out up until this match when we actually saw them waking up.
I'm saying. I'm looking for but to be fair, like T1 and Novo haven't done my hot take money favors. They've just been okay today, so.
Yeah, I mean, okay can get you this far.
That's true.
At this level, okay is okay. But I mean, the second page, and once we get to that, that's where things get really, really dicey. Again, bottom 3, those teams will be going home, and that's where stuff gets rough. What an unbelievable result for First Squad, though. Yeah. They are the heroes of the day. They have won the hearts and minds from 14th or 15th. I mean, from bottom 3 to that 9th spot with a little bit of cushion. That's a lovely place to be.
Yeah, starting off the day, First Squad in last place too. Getting that win makes them jump up out of those bottom 3. And also something to keep in mind is H1. We expected some of these squads to do something different, Seymour. H1 decided to pretty much hot drop at the start of match 1 as well, which didn't really, it kind of ended up going their way, but not really.
No, I mean, First Squad, they knocked PBJ into an elimination spot. They also kind of put some pressure onto the other elimination teams to really step up, and we saw it in that game 3. It was a top 10 placing for H1, a top 10 placing for FaZe as well, just missing out of top 5. If they can continue to find themselves in positions like that and mix it up with some slaying, you can start to see pressure on those teams just above elimination to maybe have their keys crushed. I wouldn't say it's like a certainty to see these teams eliminated today. There's still a chance to pop off.
I would say it is a surprise to see FaZe and PBJ in the bottom 3. I think just based on the trends that we've seen across scrims, especially for PBJ, they bring a lot of slaying presence that hasn't shown up on land in particular. Praise, the rookie, has not put the numbers together that we were hoping he would in his debut. So see who can kick it up in the last 3.
If we were to close our eyes and just throw a dart randomly towards those bottom 3 teams, we already saw a bottom 3 team get out of there, right, in First Squad. Is there any other team that you're currently seeing with what we have seen so far up to this point? We have last 3 games here for Group A that could possibly push themselves out with the win.
I'm going to go PBJ. I think they've been in a position to get to the late game. They're not tallying the same kills that we would have expected to by their metrics coming in, but at least they're putting themselves in positions. It just comes down to closing.
I gotta say, I haven't really been that impressed with Vitality. I think that they're even towards the bottom of the leaderboard, and we're seeing them get to late game at times. They're not really playing that with kills as well, so the pairing isn't there. I think that they're in trouble right now. I haven't seen enough to kind of show that they can break into that top 5 at all, and we should be worried to see what they can do.
I think any and all these teams can drop. I think all of them go down. I think all of them go up. The thing you have to worry about is not so much those bottom 3 teams, because as we've seen, you got pulled magic out of a hat here in Warzone. It's about the middle of the pack squads. It's about the squads on the bubble. They have to have a bad game as well. So this is about your fate no longer being in your hands. It's now in the hands of all the other squads in that drop with you. It's a terrifying place to be as a competitor, and I really wish them all the best of luck.
Yeah, and in game 2, we saw some teams towards the bottom, towards the middle of the leaderboard as well, being in contention there towards the end of the game, using those multipliers to their advantage. We saw First Squad getting the win, and I believe Barney got a chance to talk to them as well.
What's up, guys? Barney here, backstage with, of course, Axedas from First Squad, a team that is really showing up on day 2 of the group stage. We're going to have a little chat. Axedas, today, the first win is on the board from map number 2. So now you've probably got some momentum and also another top 5 finish in map number 3. How are you guys feeling?
We're feeling good. Yesterday, we finished with last top, and it's very sad for us because in my country, you play with a 130 ping, but in here, we can play like same thing. And yesterday we got a last stop, very sad, but today is different day. We think about we go get this better. We better, and we make this.
It's a good mentality to have. When you finished yesterday, when you went back to the hotel, what did you guys say to each other? Because today it's like watching a different team.
We think about we ask one for another, why we playing like that? Why we don't have confidence? I don't say that. We don't trust it. I don't trust my friend don't trust me. And today we say we can do it. And we wake up, we enter in LAN and say that we go get a good play. Every good play.
I love it. I'm getting a lot of positivity from you, and it's really good. Today, do you feel like you can make it? Feel like you can make it to survival stage tomorrow, because currently you're not in the bottom 3?
For me, yesterday is one tournament and today is another. Yesterday in 6 play we make 44 points. Today we make a 6-6. Like in 3 matches we make better yesterday. For us, I don't say that, but unbelievable.
It's amazing to see you guys today. Axedas, I really appreciate you joining me in this interview, and I appreciate you doing this interview in English as well. I know it's the second language. Just did a great job. Back to you guys.
What a fantastic interview with Axedas, and he had so many gems in there that I think maybe some other players in this game could take away from. So we went back to the lobby, said, why don't I trust you? Why don't you trust me? Let's play with trust together. Let's play off of. It's what Twisted Minds is doing. It's what teams like Gen G and Virtus Pro do so well. Love seeing that come out of him. But the other thing that he said, today's a brand new day. It's a brand new tournament. We're thinking about them completely differently, and it's obviously working out well.
Well, we so often talk about leaders and what's very important inside of the camp and the mentality and the communication. That is a great interview to find out if you are any side out here, whether it's Warzone or anything else in the Esports World Cup, how to bounce back from setback. Again, they came in as a team that was massively under-respected, undervalued on pretty much everybody's predictions. And they said, we don't care about any of that. Why don't we trust one another? What's going on with us? They go out, they fix that, they put their arms around one another, and they've come out looking great today. And you could feel that positivity indeed radiating from Axedas in the interview. So yeah, lovely to see. Of course, still 3 more drops to go, but they're in a great position to make sure that they upset all the odds and make it through to Saturday.
Well, here we go. It's your last chance to earn some points on Rebirth Island before we get ready to head on over to Fortune's Keep. So let's go. And well, this zone, it's looking maybe a little similar to that last game, a little northeastern pull that we have there as I'm looking at the drops and where do our squads go ahead and land. As we take a little bit of a look for Twisted Minds on your screen. Well, of course, it's going to be Factory, but oh, interesting. I'm taking a look at the mini-map, and well, they're not nearly as alone as they usually are.
No, but what I will also say is neither are Vitality, by the way. Typically land living for free, and PBJ have landed straight on them, so the Vitality struggles continue, while PBJ are trying to figure their way out of the hole they've dug. Control center we go, back again. FaZe Clan and Novo at it. But you've also got company here from Virtus Pro. Grindy's moved straight over, he didn't give a damn. We'll get dropped in the end by Fede. It just goes to show, if you are these two sides, no matter how that engagement is going between you, because you've always got to risk a third-party situation.
I wonder if the play there is just say, let me just try and find 1 or 2, cause some chaos here, and then let our other teammates fly forward. Unfortunately, like you mentioned, not going to be the case. Immediately drop Novo, just playing together too well, and kind of